Tyler with TJX Survival and Survival Dispatch. Welcome to Trooper video number 4. Okay, I've rebuilt this front end like 3 times trying to find this noise. I'm going to show you the noise. Hear that? That is it. Maybe I'll get a little more when we climb this hill. I think it's inside my gearbox, maybe messed up locker or something. We'll see. Gearbox is the thing that spins up in the front between the 2 tires. Okay, I had a thump in the front end. I thought it was the drive shaft. At first I thought it was a CV axle because that's what it sounded like. But I had just put a brand new CV axle in it. So I thought it was the drive shaft, and I greased it and checked it, and it was in phase and greased and good to go. And then I got looking and I called a guy named Robert. Robert, you're the man. If you're watching this, you're awesome. Thank you. If it's on a Trooper and it's broken and Robert doesn't know about it, then it's not broken. So he helped me figure out that I had 2 slightly offset cups at the end of the axles on my front, coming out my pumpkin on the front, right? So the CVs go inside of that, and it was just rattling around just a little bit on that driver's side. So I got a 95 Isuzu Via-Cross axle on this side to fit that cup, a 01 CV axle on the other side with, if I remember correctly, a 96 cup comes with this vehicle, or no, it's a 94 cup, and then a 94 third member pumpkin differential, because it had a locker in it and I didn't want to spend stupid money to have another locker put in the 96. So the short version of that story is I Frankensteined it. Hopefully it works. We're gonna go find out. Right now we're in 4-wheel drive. Woo, it's good. Okay, it's moving. Already feels tighter. And now we're gonna go down the road and listen for some thumping. Leaving Pro Audio 4x4. If it wasn't for those guys, this never would have happened, man. They have been nothing but helpful in helping me just with questions and tools and parts, and just, it's so nice to have access to have a you know, a bolt every now and again, or a like a specialty tool or something. All right, last time when I was about 25 miles an hour, I made the thump, so let's try this. Oh, she's still thumping. That really sucks. Try something else here. See if we can lock it. The in for low. Back it up a little bit. I got a leak. That's not good. Still making the noise. I just unlocked it. Huh? I unlocked it. Let me make sure I'm unlocked. You hear that? That dunk, dunk, dunk. Yeah, but what? Yeah. Well, I've been trying to identify this knocking noise, and I thought it might be the drive shaft in the front. Thought it might be the locker that I took off the 1994. I didn't know what was going on, so I just pushed it, honestly, kind of hoping something would break, and something broke. My CV axle sheared off of the tire side of the passenger side, and it's gonna sound messed up, but hopefully once I rebuild that, that's the problem. If it's not, I'm just gonna have to go grab the original axle off of this 96 and figure out where I'm at. I'll have to grab the original axle off this 96 and put a locker in it, just put all new parts. Hopefully I'm not gonna do that, because that's a lot of money. Anyway, let's see where this stupid little adventure leads me. Thanks for watching. Okay, it's in four-wheel drive. Here is the sound that it's making in this front end. So I think I finally figured out that dumb clicking noise that I kept hearing. In the beginning, I thought it was the CV axle, but I put a brand new CV axle and then eventually put a different type of CV axle that fits even tighter. And then eventually put a different type of CV axle that fits even tighter. Then I thought it was the cup where the CV axle goes into, and I added C-clamps to make sure they were appropriate, and I thought it was the locker, and I thought it was all these different things. I kept troubleshooting. I got to the point where I was about ready to drop the whole front end, take the original 1996 pumpkin differential, put a locker in it, rebuild it from scratch, and reinstall everything. But here's what it was. So when you lift these things, basically you tighten up the torsion bars, and that puts a harder angle on the CV axles. And I added holes. I added a diff drop to that to prevent that from being a problem. So I just kind of discounted that as being the problem, and I couldn't quite figure it out. But my torsion bars were a little too tight in comparison to my back lift kit. So today on the trail, I dialed them down, an inch, roughly, half an inch, I don't know, not a huge amount, but I dialed them down enough that it changed that CV axle angle just enough that it no longer clicks and thumps. So, even if you put a differential drop on a Isuzu Trooper, if you have too steep of a CV axle, it'll still knock. So, fair warning, if you're building on these things and you got some sort of da-da-da-da-da-da-da in the front that sounds like a drive shaft or a CV axle, it's probably your torsion bars are too tight and need to be dialed back just enough to change the axle on that CV axle. Okay. Yeah, that was just so dumb. That's like months of this crap. Killing me. The Darsh Dustodon 1400. So this is the maiden trip trying this thing out, and it's awesome. I don't understand why the ground swag is not as big in the United States as it is in Australia. I kind of look at this like a tent, rooftop tent that goes in the ground. I don't know any better way to explain that, but it's also like the future of the cowboy roll. So when I was on a ranch, we had a cowboy roll, and it was a canvas bag with a sleeping bag in it. You rolled it up on the back of your saddle and you rolled it out on the ground when you slept at night. This is like an advanced version of that. It has the amenities as a rooftop tent. It's got the mattress inside of it. It's waterproof. You've got the bug liner. You've got vents back and forth. And it's really good if you go to bed right before it gets dark, or if you sleep in past dark, because it blocks the sunlight out. It's really good at keeping that all blocked up. So I just wanted to show you a quick video of me rolling it up, putting it away. It's heavy. Clearly it's a vehicle camping bag. It's not heavy, but you're not going to go backpacking with the thing. But it is super comfortable, super warm. You can lay in it with both of these canvas sides rolled up and just netting, so it will keep the mosquitoes away from you. You can roll the canvas down. I've already waterproofed it. Sleep in a storm, whatever you want to do. It's a phenomenal option for overlanding. The other cool thing is I just leave my sleeping bag in it, roll it up. When I get to another place, roll it out. I don't have to change the contents of it. I just got to roll it a little tighter because it's got the bags in it. Me and my kid are out overlanding, basically going from location to location in Utah, and it's nice because I can just roll it out and be done with it. So another cool thing is there's grommets here, so you can stick it straight out and put poles on it, or sticks and strings, and it kind of creates like a sun shield or a reflector. You can put a fire in front of you or whatever you want. And then there's only 3 poles, and it comes down in like 2 minutes, maybe not even that long. Then what I'll do is, I don't fall over. What I'll do is I'll just stick the poles right there in the middle. And I don't even take the poles out of the end. I just detach it. Stick it right in the middle and lay it down. That's it. I only used one stake on this setup. Usually there's enough little trees that you can just tie off on the trees, but if you don't have them, you can drop them right there. Another thing that's kind of cool that I'll mention is the whole tub of this is plastic, so even if you're in a damp spot, if you set it right on the ground, you're not going to get wet. Now the other thing you got to remember too is this is the D-ring side. And that's the strap side, so start rolling it from this side. Now I've got a lot of really kind of heavy crap in the end of this, the bag of it and stuff. You do need to get it tight or the straps won't reach. That might be the only thing I would improve, is longer straps, even though they're probably plenty fine. And largely the reason they're tight is because I've got 2 full sleeping bags, sleeping bag covers, bags for the sleeping bags. I think my kid left a couple blankets and a big pillow in there. So you got to be kind of aggressive with it. And that's it. Grab it and go. Alright guys, hopefully that's valuable to you. I got that ground swag from dtfooverland.com. I will leave the link below on that if you want one. Go check those guys out. They're pretty awesome to send that to me. Hopefully that's valuable to you. I think it's a great alternative. So it's way cheaper than a rooftop tent, lighter because there's no weight on top, and you can just throw it wherever, and you can leave it there at your campsite if you want to. So you don't have to put the tent away to go wheeling and then pull it back up every time you move. So I think this is a better option, cheaper option. It's what I like to use. Let me know what you want to use, and thank you for watching.